Of one of Winston-Salem's most famous people remains a mystery. Smith Reynolds, who the city's airport is named after, died almost a century ago.
Now, for the first time, the Reynolda House Museum sharing details of what happened that night in a new exhibition. Shannon Smith has a look inside.
Every family has tragedies.
Even Winston-Salem's most famous family. On July 6, 1932, inside their massive mansion, a single gunshot took the life of the youngest son of tobacco tycoon R.J. Reynolds.
It's an important and captivating mystery, and it's because it was never solved.
Did 20-year-old Smith Reynolds shoot himself, or did his Broadway star wife murder him?
Libby called for a trial. She said, I want a full exoneration. I want my day in court. She never got that.
The story captured the attention of the nation in the 1930s and ended up changing the future of Winston-Salem forever. Like so many stories, this one begins with love. In 1930, Smith Reynolds was a famous aviator flying his plane across the globe.
He was an adventurer. He, had the brains and the wits to fly halfway around the world all by himself and to break all these records. Was close with Earhart and Lindbergh.
During those travels, Smith saw a Broadway show starring 28-year-old Libby Holman. The two met and instantly fell for each other. Within months, Smith divorced his first wife and married Libby 4 days later.
The world said it was folly, they said it was love, and they had this in common. They didn't care at all what the world thought.
After a whirlwind romance and honeymoon, the couple returned to the Reynolda house to spend the summer. Famous friends from New York joined them at the retreat, along with Smith's best friend, Ab Walker. He was there on July 5th for an impromptu party at the boathouse on the property's 16-acre lake.
And they had barbecue, they had homebrew, beer, and corn whiskey. And they boated, and they canoed, and it was a glorious evening.
But the first sign of trouble started when Libby challenged others to a drinking contest.
And she evidently got up on one of the blocks right behind me and stumbled. And one of the maids, Pluma Walker, noticed that Smith looked disgusted at her antics.
The party moved to the mansion for music and dancing. By midnight, everyone retired to their rooms. Smith and Libby to their suite on the second floor. Smith often stayed on the sleeping porch and Libby in the nearby bedroom. Sometime around 12:45, the night watchman heard a pop.
Smith was shot either 12:45 or 12:50 in the morning of July 6th. He was whisked to the Baptist Hospital, and he died 4 hours later.
A 300-page report outlines the sheriff's subsequent investigation, including interviews with everyone at the house that night, and evidence found or not found after the shooting.
The gun was missing, and the 3 searches of the porch, and this is not a large room, took place before the gun appeared the next morning right on a rug in plain sight.
The coroner's report shows Smith was shot in the right temple with the bullet leaving behind his left ear.
Which is a highly untypical angle for one who's shooting oneself. It's almost impossible, really, to hold a gun at that angle.
Meanwhile, interviews with Libby and Smith's best friend Ab raised even more questions with investigators.
Ab admitted to one of the investigators that he would carry a secret to his grave. Libby claimed to know nothing that happened all day Tuesday up to the party and all day Wednesday. She claimed complete amnesia.
A coroner's jury declared Smith did not die by suicide, and so Libby Holman and Ab Walker were charged with first-degree murder. But the two would never see the inside of a courtroom. The Reynolds family actually intervened and asked for the charges to be dropped in an attempt to quiet the scandal and speculation.
They said that we don't believe there's any clear path to conviction, even though we don't think Smith was of a mind to kill himself.
Instead, the Reynolds family tried to remember Smith by moving forward. They used the millions Smith was set to inherit to establish the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation. One of their first acts, recruiting a college to the city.
And they invited Wake Forest University, offered them hundreds of acres of this property and a large annual bequest from the foundation.
In addition to supporting Wake Forest, the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation has given millions for health care, education, and environmental causes in North Carolina. But no one from the family or the Reynolda House Museum has ever spoken about the infamous night Smith died. Until now.
I want them to see that Smith was a lot more than the circumstances of his tragic death, And Libby was a lot more than the suspicions that she might have murdered her husband.
And after that, there's even more to the story, including that Libby was pregnant that night. The fact that she became a major figure in the civil rights movement, including close friendship with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. To learn more about all the details, you'll want to visit the exhibition. It's open now at Renolda House in Winston-Salem.